They say that the first hour of your morning is the rudder of your day. If you've ever been on a ship, you know that the rudder is small, but it determines exactly where that massive vessel goes. If the rudder is turned just a few degrees in the wrong direction, you end up miles away from your destination. Most of us start our day with a broken rudder. Welcome to the Shadowing Lab. I'm George. Today, we aren't just practicing English, we are re-engineering the way we wake up. I want to take you on a journey through a routine that changed my life. We'll talk about the science of light, the psychology of coffee, and why your smartphone is probably your morning's worst enemy. Stay with me until the end, because I've gathered the most important phrases from this talk for a special practice session. Let's talk about the snooze button. It's the greatest lie ever invented, isn't it? We tell ourselves, just 5 more minutes, as if 5 minutes of fragmented, low-quality sleep is going to magically transform us into energetic morning people. It doesn't. In fact, science tells us it does the opposite. When you hit snooze, you're throwing your brain into a state of sleep inertia. You're telling your body, wait, I'm going back to sleep. But then the alarm goes off again, and your brain is left in a fog. I used to be a serial snoozer. I'd hit that button 4, maybe 5 times. By the time I actually stood up, I felt like a zombie. My first thought wasn't, what a beautiful day. It was, where is the nearest exit from this reality? The fix was simple but painful. I moved my alarm clock. I put it on the other side of the room. This forced my physical body to move. And that's the first lesson. Movement creates mood. If you want to change how you feel, you have to change how you move. Once I'm on my feet, I don't head for the shower. I head for the curtains. There is something almost spiritual about that first burst of natural light. Our bodies have an internal clock called the circadian rhythm. It's a beautiful system, really. It relies on the sun to tell our brain to stop producing melatonin, the sleep hormone, and start producing cortisol, the wake-up hormone. If you spend your first hour in a dark room looking at a glowing blue screen, you're confusing your biology. You're telling your brain it's midday and midnight at the same time. No wonder we feel stressed. So, I open the window. Even if it's a gray, rainy London morning, that natural light is powerful. Then comes the water. Think about it. You've just spent 7 or 8 hours breathing out moisture. Your brain is essentially a prune at 7 a.m. It's dehydrated. Before I touch a single drop of caffeine, I drink 500 milliliters of water. It's like a system reboot for your internal organs. You can almost feel your cells waking up and saying, "Oh, thank goodness, he remembered us." Now, we talk about the Holy Grail, the coffee. Can you smell it? To me, coffee isn't just a drink. It's a ritual. In our modern world, everything is fast. We have high-speed internet, fast food, and instant messaging. But a good cup of coffee takes time. I use a manual grinder. There's something meditative about the resistance of the beans, the sound of the crunch, and the slow transformation of a hard seed into a fragrant powder. It forces me to be present. I'm not thinking about my 10 a.m. meeting yet. I'm not thinking about the bills I have to pay. I'm just grinding coffee. In English, we call this mindfulness. It's the act of being fully immersed in what you are doing. If you can find mindfulness in a coffee bean, you can find it anywhere. While I'm sipping that coffee, I practice what I call the digital fast. This is perhaps the most important part of the routine. We live in an era of information overload. The moment you open your phone, you're letting the whole world into your head. You're seeing news about wars, photos of your friend's perfect vacation, and stressful work emails. You are giving away your peace of mind before you've even had breakfast. In the shadowing lab, we believe that your mind is a sanctuary. For the first hour, keep the doors locked. Don't let the notifications in. Use that time to read a physical book or write in a journal or, if you're feeling brave, just sit in silence. It's amazing how many brilliant ideas show up when you stop trying to consume other people's ideas. Now that the body is awake and the mind is quiet, we have to talk about the trap of the to-do list. We've all been there. You grab a piece of paper and write down 20 things you want to achieve. By 11 a.m., you've done 2 of them, and you already feel like a failure. In my morning routine, I use a much kinder system, the priority 3. I ask myself, George, if you only got 3 things done today, which 3 would make you feel proud when you go to sleep tonight? That's it. Just 3. You see, productivity isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things. In English, we call this separating the wheat from the chaff. It means keeping the valuable parts and throwing away the rest. By writing down only 3 goals, I give myself mental permission to ignore the noise. Everything else is just a bonus. It's a very liberating way to live. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by a mountain of tasks, I feel focused on a small, manageable path. And strangely enough, I usually end up doing much more than 3 things anyway, because I started the day with a win. Okay, let's talk about the part of my morning that most people think is absolutely crazy: the cold shower. Now, I don't jump straight into freezing water. I'm not a superhero. I start with a nice, warm, relaxing shower. But for the last 60 seconds, I turn the dial all the way to the cold side. The first time you do it, your brain screams. It says, "What are you doing? This is a mistake. Get out!" But there is a deep psychology behind this cold shock. It's called voluntary hardship. By choosing to do something uncomfortable for just 1 minute, you are training your discipline muscle. You are telling your brain that you are the boss, not your comfort. When you step out of that shower, you feel a massive rush of adrenaline. You feel invincible. If you can survive 60 seconds of freezing water, a difficult email from your boss, or a stressful traffic jam doesn't seem so scary anymore. It's the ultimate energy hack. It clears the brain fog better than any cup of coffee ever could. As I'm getting dressed and preparing for the day, I move into a phase I call the passive lab. This is where I use a concept called habit stacking. The idea is simple. You take a habit you already do, like brushing your teeth or putting on your shoes, and you stack a new habit on top of it. For me, that new habit is active listening. While I'm getting ready, I don't listen to the news. No, the news is usually just a collection of things I can't control. Instead, I listen to a podcast or an audiobook in a language I'm learning or a topic that inspires me. This is micro-learning. I'm not sitting at a desk with a notebook. I'm just living my life. But my brain is soaking up the sounds, the vocabulary, and the rhythm of the language. In 20 minutes of getting dressed, I've completed a 20-minute listening lesson without even trying. It's the cheat code for busy people. By the time I grab my keys and head for the door, I haven't just prepared my body, I've fed my mind. And so, the front door closes behind me. Now, for most people, the commute, the journey to work, is the most stressful part of the day. They are stuck in traffic, or they are squeezed onto a crowded train, checking their watches and feeling their blood pressure rise. But in the shadowing lab, we look at the commute differently. We see it as found time. If your journey is 30 minutes, that is 1 hour a day of found time. Over a year, that is hundreds of hours. If you spend that time complaining about the traffic, you lose. But if you turn your car or your bus seat into a mobile classroom, you win. This is when I do my deep thinking. I don't listen to the radio. I listen to the sounds of the world around me, or I review the things I learned the day before. I call this the transition. It's the bridge between my private morning sanctuary and the busy, demanding world of work. By keeping this time intentional, I arrive at my desk feeling like the captain of my ship rather than a passenger on someone else's. Before we move into our practice session, I want to leave you with one final thought. You might be listening to this and thinking, George, I don't have time for a 1-hour routine. I have kids, I have a long shift, I have responsibilities. I understand. I truly do. But a morning reset isn't about the length of time. It's about the quality of the intention. If you only have 10 minutes, use those 10 minutes to drink your water and breathe. If you only have 5 minutes, use them to open the window and look at the sky. The goal is to create a small win before the world starts asking things of you. When you win the morning, you build a momentum of success that follows you into the afternoon. It's much harder for a bad email to ruin your day when you've already conquered a cold shower and enjoyed a perfect cup of coffee. You become resilient. Now, as promised, let's get to work. I have chosen 5 of the most useful phrases from our journey today. I am going to say them slowly, and I want you to repeat them after me. Focus on my words. Let's train those muscles. Phrase number 1. It's a wake-up call for my body. Phrase number 2. Separating the wheat from the chaff. Phrase number 3. Movement creates mood. Phrase number 4. The first hour is the rudder of the day. Phrase number 5. Winning the morning builds momentum. You did it! I hope you feel as refreshed as I do after a cold shower. Remember, the shadowing lab is a community. I would love to hear about your morning routine. Do you drink coffee or tea? Do you hit the snooze button, or are you a first-time waker? Leave a comment below and let's start a conversation. If this video added a little bit of value to your day, please consider subscribing. It helps us keep the lab running. Until next time, stay curious, keep practicing, and have a wonderfully productive day. Goodbye for now. For more practice and updates, click on the video you are watching on the screen. Keep building your confidence and get closer to mastering your English fluency. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.